Hey guys, Ed Wilson for President. Paradise Earth Initiative system to replace this crappy one we're in. So the other day, I went and did some estimates for a guy who was wanting a great installation and whatnot. Well, I spent like 2 hours with these people, and it's really funny because the one guy got upset because everybody was sitting there and we all got conversating a little bit about some of the things that were on the news. It's like everything on their news channel was just constantly about Trump and things of that nature, which is fine with me. I don't care. And so I started dropping some truth on him. So he said he was going to go out and look at some things for the job, and so I didn't hear anything for a day or two, and then I gave him a call and I said, "Hey man, I just wondered what happened to you guys." He goes, "Well, I think we're going to hold off because of some of the things you said the other day. He said it was some of that conspiracy theorist talk," he said. And I laughed at him, and I said, "Dude, I don't care what you dumbass Americans think. And yes, I may lose work, but I'm just showing you guys. You guys are a joke. You guys will cover up. You're just so dumbed down and indoctrinated. It's really sad, actually. I mean, I don't mean to laugh at you guys, but it's really kind of sad because one of the guys works for an airline. That's how he retired. And I just happened to mention the terrorism behind the airlines. I mentioned it. I mentioned COVID. We got into it pretty deep, and there's no proof. Listen, guys, when remote people in different parts of the world are getting an illness, okay, and they don't get very many visitors, if any, there's got to be a way it's getting there, okay? And just like the weaponized weather, doesn't it make sense that they would spray it on the people like Agent Orange? Huh? Anyway, guys, I just thought it was funny because the real mark of the beast, there's many versions of the mark of the beast. There's not going to be just one, guys. The one is you're not going to be able to work. You're not going to be able to do this. You're not going to be able to do that without the mark. Well, here's one of the marks. Going along with the American bull crap, okay? These people will try to kill your children just like they're doing with the vaccinations and wanting to vax up the babies, dumb them down so that they can never get to the point to where they figure things out. Okay, guys? So, and it's also funny because these are boozers. These people are boozers, and they drink a lot. And I'm listening to them. One of their wives was getting ready to get an operation, and I think she was quite concerned about it. And I'm listening to her husband blatantly in there talking trash about her, and I'm just sitting there thinking to myself, this is what the typical American does daily. Okay? Now you may say, Ed, that's what you're doing. Well, look, I guess I'm typical then, aren't I? I'm awake. I know what's going on. I'm not snowballing anyone. I'm keeping the truth going. Exposing these evil people and some of the evil things that they're doing. Okay? Because I don't want to lie to my children. Once you know, guys. You have a choice. You have a choice. You can take the mark of the beast, which is to go along and be a beast like the other beasts. It's like a pack of beasts. You're in a pack, okay? It's like a vampire wolf pack, okay? So you can go along with the vampire wolf pack if you wish, okay? It's up to you guys, all right? Free will. And most of you guys will easily you'd sell me out in a heartbeat. You wouldn't care at all if I was in there serving you, doing something in your home and breathing in something toxic or whatever it is, or you don't care what's going on in a person's personal life. You don't care. And see, guys like me, we want a government that does care. We want to be around a people that cares. And I'm not going to lie to you. I would sacrifice you in a heartbeat to get that. Okay? I would sacrifice 90% of you if I thought 10% of you were conscientious, good people. I'd ball you right up and toss you right in the trash. Okay? So, I guess it's something to think about, isn't it? Anyway, guys, the mark of the beast comes in many different shades and different ways, okay? So if you're looking for one mark of the beast, like, you know, there's going to be one on my hand or my forehead or this or that, well, there may be, but it might not be in this realm where you can see it, because a lot of these marks are going to be staining your spirit. So you'll easily be able to be read on the other side. Guys like me don't care, because we woke up to what's going on, and even though, yes, we participated and have to still participate in small scales, I'm also doing everything I can to get out from under and expose these systems, even creating new systems to replace these systems. But none of you guys are interested in that, which tells me a lot of you are either just so dumbed down, beat down, oppressed and depressed and indoctrinated into this spellbound system that you can't see past the nose on your faces. And you don't trust anyone because you know how you are. Okay? Not all of us are the same, guys. Some of us that are reaching out really want something better, and we will work very, very hard to get it. Okay? Boots on the ground. Some of us are not like you guys that are over in other countries acting like heroes. I'm fighting for my country. Yeah, man. No, you're not. Okay? You're fighting for a caliphate. You're a minion, and they have weaponized you, and you are not smart enough to know you have been weaponized. So, sorry guys, I was watching a video this morning where there's this red-haired, tattooed guy, and he's sitting there and he's got this thing there. He's like, you guys, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh at you, but I mean, it's really funny, because here you are, a minion, trying to get views so that you can make money. Notice there ain't no commercials popping up here. I'm not trying to sell you anything, except for the Paradise Earth Initiative idea. I'm trying to save your souls, okay? But this guy, he's trying to get views. He's got some black dude standing there, you know what I mean? If you don't like this country, leave. Meanwhile, you're sitting there in a minion outfit, getting paid, getting fed, just like a welfare recipient by the government, you know, and you're like, well, I'm fighting for what I believe in. No, you're fighting because you're trying to get free education. You're trying to get some type of something for nothing. That's what you're really doing, okay? And you don't care who you hurt in these other countries. You don't care about any of that as long as you're on the winning side with the superior weaponry and the bravery of being out of range. Now, some of you guys are going to be very much in range, because a lot of these wars are actually for population control. Another mark of the beast that you fell for. Like, for instance, I'll sit there, that same tattooed red-haired dude was on there talking about, yeah, they need to burn a wood chipper. There's a wood chipper law for pedophiles and things. And so I went on there and I made a comment. I've made a couple comments on his threads. And I said, yeah, it's funny how you talk about these pedophiles. Meanwhile, the pedophiles that you're talking about are nothing. There's something, but they're nothing compared to the pedophile government and child trafficking that you fund through your taxes. So when you get your YouTube money, okay, that has to be taxed. So therefore, that Congress and that government that is also controlled by AIPAC the other traffickers that have destabilized the Middle East so that adrenochrome and other things can flow. Once again, you made that happen. You fund that. So now you're sitting there, so who should be thrown in the wood chipper? I'm just saying, guys, you know, it's just funny how you beasts will go out there and you'll talk all that trash. Meanwhile, you're doing the exact things that, actually worse things, that you're chastising and talking about. So you're trying to get sound bites and you're trying to get video watches and things like that. The guy gets a lot. He gets a lot of views. Guys like me, we don't get anything. We don't get anything. Nobody wants to hear the truth. Nobody wants to hear a common man ramble on that's out there, that's actually from among you, who has been in his own business. I've never been to prison. No, never had did no butthole surfing. There's never been any of that. Okay. You know, this guy has, you know, he was sitting there, he's got another video where he's talking about how the government wants to bring back insane asylums. Of course they want to bring back insane asylums, guys. The reason they want to bring back insane asylums is the same reason you have a hospital grid being built and also a mental illness grid being built up around you. Is because these are the modern day gas chambers. Okay, they've realized, well, why put them in a gas chamber when we can put them in the system, capitalize off of them, do experiments on them, clone them, do different things, and it's also a great way when conscientious people are awaking for them to say you're crazy and have you evaluated and put away. So once again, what they're doing is they're trying to take all of the conscientious people and get rid of them. Some of these people, you know, once again, I have met a few crazy people, but I have to ask the question, well, if the government is shooting you up as a baby, putting vaccines into you, and we know without a shadow of a doubt who paid for that gain of function on the COVID thing, okay? Which is premeditated murder. It's terrorism on a global scale, crimes against humanity. These guys should be in a mental, they shouldn't even be on Earth. They should be dead. That's the truth. But anyway, so look, I've rambled on enough here. I think you guys can see what's really going on. So just be careful, because when we're talking about the mark of the beast is about a beast and a beast system. Okay, it's not one particular thing, because a lot of these contractors, the people that you think that your fathers, your grandfathers, and things of that nature, they fund the beast. You may say, not my dad, not my grandpa. He's a good guy. He does charity work. He does this, that, and the other thing. Oh, let me tell you something. Yes, he funds terrorism. The insurance industry is terrorism. Okay? Paying your taxes is funding terrorism. Okay? Paying your local municipalities, like your county taxes, your school taxes, all of those things. Guess what, guys? Beast system. You fund it. You fund it by going and taking trips on airliners. You fund it. You fund it. So you see, guys, giving to charities and nonprofits, you don't know where that money's going. A lot of us know where that money's going, and it's not going where you think it is going. You fund it. You fund the mark of the beast, and that's going to be the title of this. You fund the mark of the beast, and it comes in many different shapes, sizes, and colors. Have a good day, guys.